What did I tell you guys? I told you I will be right back with another video. I told you guys this was going to be the case. Man, this is really newsworthy. This is a newsworthy day. People are like, Devontae, why are you so excited? Because I don't know these people. And furthermore, the situation that happened, let me repeat myself one more time. These are consenting adults. Every last person in this situation are consenting adults. For people who are saying that Janelle chick is a victim, she is not a victim. Devontae, well, how would you like if someone shit on your family member's head? I will look them dead in the face and I will call my sister, hypothetically, if she was in that situation, a complete stupid fuck. Why are you taking money to get shitted on? But in the end of the day, she actively participated. Where do I get mad at that? How do I get mad at that? If anything, if I were to step in before all that even happened, she'd probably tell me to mind my fucking business. Would you not believe that Janelle would have probably said the same thing? Also, I don't know her, but I'm pretty sure if she was being paid as much as I think she was being paid, let's say around 6 or 7 figures, how much you want to bet that she was probably telling anyone who's stuck in and say, hey, Janelle, how about you don't let Vince McMahon take a shit on your head? How much you want to bet she probably told those people that, oh, it's no big deal, I'm getting paid for it, or mind your business. You are completely delusional, and that's what's wrong with society today if you're going to sit here and try to pretend that this person is a victim. Not only is she playing this game of 50-50, because that's what it is in the end of the day, it's a double-edged sword, all right? Either A, she gets money from this situation because she's now participating as a consenting adult, not a gun to your head, not being told if you don't do this, something's going to happen to your family. No, she is a consenting adult who went out of her way to participate in a situation and got money from the ordeal, right? Either A, that was going to happen, or B, this right here. There was no way out of this. For people who like to say this, because I'm going to talk about this in a minute about the TKO stuff, because I got a lot to say about that also. If you have a person who is trying to come to you and they want to play this game, this whole stupid ass millennial game is what it seems like. A millennial Generation Z nonsense where they want to take definitions, ignore the context of the definition, but keep the word because the word holds power in itself. And they want to take out the definition and they want to bring in some other exterior nonsense in order to fit their narrative, because that's what it is in here. It's fitting a narrative, all right? They want to bring in shit like power imbalance. Let me ask you a question. Okay, fine. I'll concede. Let's just say I concede. I'll concede then. Power imbalance is what you mean by force, right? They made her do it because of the power imbalance. Let me ask you this question, huh? By power imbalance, do you mean rich? Or do you mean power as far as having all the things? Let me ask you, okay, socially speaking, who looks bad in this situation socially? You know who looks bad socially. It's Vince. How do I know? Because you're complaining to me about Vince McMahon. So ignore that for a second. Put that to the side. Let me ask you another question in regards to this, because we get the social situation out of the way. Who benefits monetarily? Is it the girl who, by the way, either A, she takes money from Vince and Vince gets something out of the ordeal? Or B, when this whole situation is over with, she gets to sue him for trafficking? Oh, okay, we'll put that to the side for a second, right? We'll put that to the side for a second. How about the illegal circumstances that come out of this, right? Because trafficking is now involved. Does she get held accountable even though she participated inside it? Huh? Oh, please miss me with the fucking nonsense. I'll concede to the power imbalance argument if you mean by force. But if that's your logic, then who is the one with most of the power? Oh, it's the guy who's rich. Says the person who's going to probably take half his fucking money. And yeah, I'm being a little bit facetious. I'm being a little bit facetious here. I'm probably being a little bit more like, oh well, Devontae, chill there for a second, Devontae, because you're being a little bit hyperbolic for a second. Oh please, miss me with the power imbalance argument. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb. Two adults consented to do something, and that's what happened. And now she's pissed because she's no longer getting the money that she consented to. That's the problem. She can get mad at that. Vince owed her money and she didn't get it. That's fine. But coming to me and pretending as if she's in the same category as a rape victim, you're delusional and you're an enabler and you're a part of the problem, and you need to go fucking touch some grass, and you're terminally online and get out of your friend group and get out of your echo chamber. You're out of your fucking mind. Continuing on though, let's talk about TKO, because oh boy, they got a few choice words for Daddy-O Vince, for Mac Daddy Vince. Check this out for a second. Variety.com has covered the lawsuit, mentioning the representatives for WWE and Vince McMahon. Wait, hang on. Let me try again. Oh, hang on. Fucking ad just went away. Let me try it again. Variety.com has covered the lawsuit, mentioning that representatives for WWE and Vince McMahon have yet to respond to requests for comment. However, a spokesperson for TKO Group Holdings, the parent company of WWE and UFC, released the following statement, and I quote, "Mr. McMahon does not control TKO, nor does he oversee the day-to-day operations of WWE. While this matter predates our TKO executive team's tenure at the company, we take Mrs. or Miss Grant's horrific allegations very seriously and are addressing this matter internally." And Callis, an attorney representing Janelle, why'd I say it like that for? Janelle Grant also issued a statement. Again, this is her attorney, so whatever words you hear, understand this is coming from her representatives. This is not the overall arcing narrative from from a different opposition or one. It's her representatives. Today's complaint seeks Today's complaint seeks to hold accountable two WWE executives who sexually assaulted and trafficked plaintiff Janelle Grant, as well as the organization that facilitated or turned a blind eye to the abuse and then swept it under the rug. She is an incredibly private and courageous person who has suffered deeply at the hands of Mr. McMahon and Mr. Laurinaitis. Ms. Grant hopes that her lawsuit will prevent other women from being victimized. The organization is well aware of Mr. McMahon's history of depraved behavior, and it's time that they take responsibility for the misconduct in its leadership. Now, obviously, before I continue on, I'm not going to take that with a grain of salt. And I know you guys are probably hearing that, and maybe some of you are getting angry at that. That's her job. She is supposed to say that. That's her defense attorney. If she didn't say that, she'd be doing her job wrong. So I'm not upset at hearing any of that coming from her. Now, if anybody else feels this way outside of her team's representatives, you're a clown. You're a vicious, stupid fucking clown. She accepted money to participate in this situation. Once again, what you just heard was from her representatives. I do not fault them, nor am I going to take them to task for their verbiage. I understand, and it'd be blatant malpractice if they didn't say any of this. That'd be stupid. Continuing on though, in light of these serious allegations and the legal action taken by Janelle Grant, this lawsuit has cast a shadow of uncertainty over the WWE and its leadership. The statements from TKO Group Holdings and Callis reflect the gravity of the situation, acknowledging the need for a thorough investigation and accountability. As this case unfolds, it serves as a stark reminder of the importance of addressing such allegations promptly and transparently, while also highlighting the broader issues of workplace safety and accountability in the entertainment industry. The outcome of this lawsuit will undoubtedly be watched closely by many, as it may have far-reaching implications for the future of WWE and the broader conversation surrounding misconduct in the workplace. Yeah, that's it right there. So yeah, overall, this whole situation, I don't blame TKO for doing what they did. Now, let's just blatantly say it. I'm probably going to title the video like this because that's what it is in the end of the day. TKO absolutely threw Vince McMahon under the bus. Now, there's a way of how you can approach this though. They threw him under the bus, but it's not as if it wasn't deservedly so. I'm not going to sit here and pretend as if I know, or if any of you guys know, that maybe anybody, Ari Emanuel, they knew anything in regards to Vince McMahon's allegations. I don't know. Now, they knew he had allegations prior to all this, obviously, but I mean this specific allegation, if they had any acknowledgement of it, I don't know. But doesn't even matter in the end of the day. They threw him under the bus, and rightfully so, because Vince McMahon as a billionaire owner, see, I didn't say this in the last video, but I do want to bring this up and I want to say it here. In the end of the day, these are two consenting adults, and I feel no pity for Janelle whatsoever, and no one can convince me otherwise. You're a fucking idiot, and you're just, again, you're just wrong. You're just what's wrong with society. Like, period. You just don't know what due process is. You are completely delusional. You're biased as fuck, and nothing about you. You're a partisan hack, and I hate you and everything about you, and you're an ideologue, and I just fucking hate you. I don't take you seriously, and I think you're a piece of shit. Because in the end of the day, you're willing to just let a person get away with murder. Janelle took a part of this activity. If Vince is going to be held accountable, which, by the way, rightfully so, I'm going to get to that in a minute, then she should also be held accountable. I do not blame TKO for throwing Vince McMahon under the bus, because Vince has responsibilities as an owner. He took part of this situation, and again, you can argue that, Devontae, this is all private in the end of the day. True, it's all private, but understand the optics that come along with this in the end of the day. Like, understand how this looks like as you being the leader of WWE. Now, should he have, in a perfect world, one should be okay to have any solace over their own personal life, right? Again, no one was held beyond their will. No one was forced to do anything. These were two consenting adults, two consenting groups, if you want to include Laurinaitis and everything. Everybody agreed upon what was gonna happen here. If you ask me personally, I think the trafficking charge is malicious, in my opinion. I honestly look at the situation, and what do I see happening? The outcome, just from looking at it. Well, I mean, the dumb bitch Janelle just outright posted text messages. I got the link down to my other video, but I'll put it in this video also inside the description box if you didn't see it in the last video, just so it's a little bit more convenient for you. The dumb bitch outright went out of her way and post text messages showing what she went out of her way to condone. It's not trafficking if you're going out of your way to condone. Let's actually look up the word trafficking for an example. Hang on. Sex trafficking definition. I'm very curious, as if I don't know already. Sex trafficking is defined by the Trafficking Victims Protection Act of 2000 as the recruitment, harboring, transportation, provision, obtaining, patronizing, or soliciting of a person for the purpose of commercial sex act. It involves the use of force, keyword, fraud, which there's no fraud involved in all this, or coercion, to make an adult engage in commercial sex. Now, look at the word coercion, because I think you guys need to know that also. Hang on for a second. Coercion definition: the practice of persuading someone to do something by using force or threats. Now, I'm assuming that's what she's going to probably linger on as far as having to prove whether or not this was sex trafficking. I'm assuming that's what her defense attorneys are going to try to use. They're going to try to use the provision of actual coercion, in order to, get an indictment on Vince McMahon to sue him, right? But that will have to come at the behest of her having to prove this was a force by threat, by the way. There would have to be something, like maybe Vince McMahon dangled something over her head saying, hey, if you don't do this, you're going to get fired. Now, these text messages that she showed, again, I'll put it in the description box below. We can go over them real quick, as a matter of fact, just so, hang on for a second, just so you guys can have a little bit of context. Now, again, this is just minimalistic, bare minimum of the evidence that we have so far. And I'll try to censor some of the words also, so you guys can, so I don't, get in trouble for this. So this is, let me see. I'm looking at what Vince McMahon is typing. I'll read both of the conversations. This is from one of them. By the way, this is from WrestleOps, who posted the text messages. I love it. This is coming from Vince McMahon. Following the threesome on May 11th, 2020, McMahon sent an explicit message to Miss Grant and further detailed his fantasies of seeing her engaged in sexual relations. This is what Vince said. I love it. That's you, you just can't get enough, can you? In the future, it's going to be so bad that you'll demand to be effed twice a day, and not just with, they blur the word out, with whoever in a three-way. I don't know who he's referring to. Why not let others see the beautiful, voluptuous body and watch you shake uncontrollably when you come, I guess. They'll go out of their minds. Then I'll find more friends and we'll tie you up so you're helpless. I'll direct them to have their way any way they want. Who can make you scream the loudest? Maybe I'll just line them up and have them squirt in your mouth, your pussy, all over your tits and ass, and all at the same time. You'll be covered in cum and we'll make you eat it all and taste everybody's cum. The next morning you'll be a little sore, but you damn, he cannot type word for them. You're still going to want more. After all that effing, oh my god, you need, and this is the next one, you need your panties ripped off and 3 big black dicks in all 3 holes at the same time. God damn it, Vince. Oh no, Vince. Way up, oh my god, way up your pussy and way up your ass as far as they will go, but even further. And the thickest cock goes down your throat so it makes you gag and convulse as those big black, you know what, cocks pound away. It feels like from the start you're being assaulted, but it's made you come nonstop. Just one continuous constant orgasm, and just before you pass out, those big black dicks squirt their loads of cum inside you as you lay on your stomach. The cum is coming out all of your holes. I'll turn you over and jack off all over you. I have to read it like that because usually I usually curse in my videos, but it's just so explicit and it's happening in such a continuous motion. I feel like I'm gonna get age restricted if I just say it out loud blatantly. He says, let me zoom in. I just passed my phone around to a bunch of guys from the tech crew. They were screaming, "Oh my gosh, she's fucking beautiful. Look at that ass. I'd like to get that." I paused. Oh my god. I paused to count out loud how many guys there were. There were 12. I then said, "Okay, there's 12 of you, and she would love to fuck each and every one of you at one time." The guys cheered, but she will only do it if she takes 3 at the time. That brought a huge reaction. She wants 1 deep in her ass, 1 way down her throat, and 1 in her pussy. And you can pound her and keep on pounding her till you pop your load. She may scream and try to say no, although it would be difficult to say anything with a cock down your throat. I said that in the last video. They laughed. I then said, listen. Oh my god. Listen, no matter what, just pound away till you squirt. Baby, these guys were having a blast with me. Some of them didn't believe me, so I said you were the greatest fuck in the world, and no matter how much you get, you always wanted more. And then I said she loves cum. Baby, these techs, as we call them, we're having the time of their lives listening to my truthful story. I then said you would take a 10-minute break between each fucking, but then you would get back on your hands and knees with your ass in the air and say, "Okay, I'm ready. Who's next?" I drove them wild, baby, or I should say you drove them wild. Just imagine if this really happened, how much cum you would have coming out of all your holes. Oh my god. By the way, and this is when she confirmed it. On February 5th, 2021, McMahon sent Ms. Grant to establish schedule for when other men, including physical therapists and Tonites, could have sex with Ms. Grant, which Ms. Grant attempted to rebuff. What? Exactly, baby. He's not the only one. Talking about a therapist, I'm assuming. Called me this afternoon begging to eat you and with his nice and hard dick. And then Miss Grant, Janelle, she responded with, "Give me another week, baby. I'll be ready. I'm feeling more like myself. It's not great, but it's getting better. Tell him soon." I already told him, baby. This is Vince responding. By the way, Johnny wants Tuesdays, but not this coming one, and the occasional Saturday, but maybe I can shift it to Thursday nights. Johnny will like all of the above. So essentially, the fact that she's showing all these text messages with no one coercing, coercing? I think I said coercing her, and her pretty much confirming it by saying, "Yeah, we can do this," as if this has already been established. Like, that's the sentiments that I'm getting. She's losing this case, like brutally losing this case, because she wasn't trafficked, she wasn't coerced, she wasn't forced, she was an applicable participant, if you will, and she went out of her way and she did it. That's it. In the end of the day, you guys can get mad all you want to and try to pretend this whole victimization thing is gonna hold up in court. It's not gonna hold up in court. And morally speaking, it's not gonna hold up anywhere else because she participated. Full stop. Done. Over. Conversation done. That's it. You got the text messages from what Vince was saying, meaning this all occurred. She's trying to prove that this all happened. And then she shows her text message pretty much saying, yeah, I did it. And conveniently, we see no other text messages from her. If you don't believe that Vince or Laurinaitis aren't going to break up other text messages of her confirming this, you're out of your fucking mind. This is a done deal. Like, I'm talking about this in this manner because I want you guys to understand what's going on. But like, as far as the court laws is considered, oh, that's a done deal. It's over. Like, she's done. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is about as malicious, and I mean, this is about as what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of like that Billy Mitchell douchebag, the video game guy who just like passed lawsuits all the time because he got tired of people talking about him. I mean, like, and it got to a point where he was starting to like, you know, I forgot the word for it. As far as I don't want to say malicious. I think it is malicious though, but I could be wrong. But essentially, like, no, this is just stupid. This lawsuit, it's about as useless as, you know, paper towel that you can use to wipe your ass. Probably even more useless because I will hope that you don't use actual paper to wipe your ass with. I mean, unless you're really, really dirt poor or live in the ghetto. Trust me, I've been there in those days, boys. I understand. But yeah, all this is just ridiculous at the end of the day. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. How do you feel about TKO throwing Vince under the bus? Rightfully so, by the way, in the end of the day, because he is a boss and he has responsibilities and he should have carried himself more decorum. Again, in a better world, private people could do private things, but it's not that way. And he knew his responsibilities and he knew that he was the face of the company and he still did it anyway. So I completely understand TKO throwing him under the bus, but they did indeed throw him under the bus. And now that you have a little bit more evidence and now you have a little bit more stuff that's coming out, we all know that everybody within this game are a bunch of manipulating assholes, but they're manipulating assholes in their own private life. So a lawsuit, maybe she can get the lawsuit on the basis of like Vince owing her money. I'm not sure about that. But as far as the sex trafficking goes, oh, that's going to get laughed out of court. You're out of your fucking mind. And if you believe that to be the case, you know nothing about due process. You know nothing about how court procedures work. And I literally just spelled this out for you, like literally step by step. And if you're still going to want to go out of your way to pretend like, oh, Devontae, you don't know what you're talking about, then go ahead in the comment section and explain to me with some proof. Try to give me some cases that, you know, prove your point versus my point. Go for it. You're going to get demolished, though. Just warning you. As always, my name is Devontae, and I'll be catching you fine folks later. Let's see if we got anything else in the tap talking about this situation. Deuces, P. Eyes.